Hello dear students, welcome to my channel PM Biology. In this video we will discuss about the cell cycle regulation. But before watching this video, if you haven't watched the previous videos, please watch them all, and the link of all those videos is given in the description, or you can also click on I button which will appear on the screen. So watch previous videos so that you will understand the whole process of cell cycle. Now today we are going to learn about the cell cycle regulation in this video. So what is cell cycle regulation? It is very important to know about the cell cycle first. So which phases actually present in the cell cycle are interphase and mitotic phase. The interphase is having G1 phase, then S phase and G2 phase, which are present in the interphase, and mitotic phase, that we know the different phases present in the mitotic phase. So that is prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. So this is the cell cycle which is shown on the screen. Now the cell cycle is regulated, means exactly what is happening in the cell. So cell cycle regulation, firstly we'll see what is the importance of regulation of the cell cycle. Now the cell division, you know the importance of cell division. When the the zygote is there which divides many times and it forms a huge organism or a big organism, isn't it? So cell division is very important. But if the same cell division occurred or it happens continuously without any stop, without any control, then this would definitely result into the formation of the tumor or the cancer also. So these two things are very important. That means the uh, proper growth of the organism which is taking place due to the cell division, and uncontrolled cell division that results into the formation of tumor. And if you want to control all these things, then the cell need to be controlled, cell cycle need to be controlled, and that is why the cell cycle regulation is so important. Okay, so cell cycle regulation is much more important for all these things. Now the cell cycle is the sequence of events we know which is occurring in an ordered fashion which results in the cell growth and cell division. Now this is the cell cycle which is having a sequence of events which are occurring in an ordered fashion which results in the growth and division of the cell, growth and cell division. Okay, then cell cycle is regulated by number of things, and the cell cycle, rather cell division, is controlled. We know the importance of cell division as it helps in the growth of the organism, and if the cell division becomes more and more fast and uncontrolled, then definitely it causes many problems. And if there is very slow cell division, then it will affect the growth of that organism. So very slow and very fast, both are very harmful, and therefore we should be, the cell division should be controlled, division should be regulated. Okay, so that the cell division will go in a proper manner, cell division will occur in a correct manner or correct speed, right? So this the the things which are involved in the cell division control that we will see in this video. Now there are many proteins and genes which are involved in the regulation of cell cycle. So basically there are some signals which is given by the cell. Some signals are positive signals, some are negative signals, and some important time points are also there which are deciding whether the cell will divide or stop the division. So some signals will be given in a positive manner, so that cell will proceed towards the next phase, or it will enter into the next phase. If the negative signal will be given, then cell won't proceed further, it won't enter into the next phase. Now what is this positive signal? Positive signal means the cell, if it is prepared, if it is ready for the division. Okay, so if the cell is ready for the division, that means we know uh, what is happening in the interface is that there is a synthesis of proteins and genes and then enzymes. So whatever is necessary for the synthesis of DNA is completed, that task is completed, or it is given to the G1 phase. So if those things are ready, those proteins are ready for the synthesis of preparation of the DNA, then only the positive signal will be given, so that the cell will enter from G1 phase to S phase. In the same way, if the DNA synthesis happens correctly, if it is the DNA synthesis is completed properly, then only the cell will proceed from S phase to the next phase, that is G2 phase. Okay, so likewise, if the things are taking place correctly, in a correct manner and in a proper amount, so the cell will give the positive signal to proceed further towards the mitotic phase. Otherwise it will give the negative signal to stop the cell division. Okay, because why the cell will stop the cell division? Because the things are not ready, the DNA is not synthesized, if the proteins are not ready for the DNA synthesis, so the cell will stop there only. It will try to manage the things, it will try to prepare the proteins, it will try to synthesize the DNA or the enzymes and proteins and all, and then only the cell will proceed towards the next phase. Okay, now now what exactly, what is responsible for this regulation, or which things are involved in the process of regulation of the cell, that we will see. Now there are cyclins. Okay, what are there, what is the important thing, or what is actually regulating the cell cycle? Those are cyclins, which are proteins, and CDK, which are enzymes. So cyclins are the proteins, and CDK, those are cyclin dependent kinases. Cyclin, they are depending on the cyclins, and they are kinases, means they are protein enzymes. Okay, now these cyclins, let's focus on the cyclins now. The cyclins are a group of proteins that together work to regulate different phases of the cell cycle as core regulators. These proteins regulate the various phases of the cell cycle by either activating cyclin dependent kinases or by activating some other enzymes or complexes. So these proteins are these cyclins are the proteins, they work together and they are activating cyclin dependent kinases, and or sometimes they will activate the enzymes or other complexes. The cyclins are specific to specific stage, or they are specific to different phases. That means they will act on a particular step phase only. Also particular cyclins are present for a particular phase, there only they will act, otherwise no, otherwise or after their action they are degraded. In humans there are four types of cyclins. One is G1 cyclin, another is G1S cyclin, S cyclin, and M cyclin. So depending on the phase in which they are acting, the name is given to the cyclin. The term cyclin was given to this class of proteins because of varying concentration of these proteins in the cell during the cell cycle. The cyclin dependent kinases are another group of enzymes. This is the second important protein or enzymes which are involved in the regulation of the cell cycle, and these enzymes work to regulate different processes in the cell cycle after activation by the binding of cyclin molecule. So these cyclin dependent kinases are depending on the cyclin. When these kinases will bind to the cyclin, then only they will be activated. The CDKs are a part of CMGC, that is a group of enzymes consisting of serine threonine units that are characterized by their dependency on protein subunits. So these are the CMGC group of enzymes which are consisting of the amino acids like serine, threonine, and those are characterized by their dependency on protein subunits. The activity of these enzymes is only observed after the binding of cyclin molecule, and after the binding of these cyclin dependent kinases to the cyclin molecule, the activation will be there, or their action will start after binding, and then this process is followed by phosphorylation of the threonine unit. So phosphorylation will be taking place here of the threonine unit. So it's threonine, which is one of the amino acid which is firstly phosphorylated, then the activation will take place. Next is maturation promoting factor, MPF. Maturation promoting factor or M phase promoting factor is a large sized diffusible protein, and that regulates the mitotic phase of the cell cycle. So maturation promoting factor or mitotic promoting factor. The protein consists of two subunits, an inert subunit and a kinase subunit. The kinase subunit is capable of activating the inert subunit as well as the other molecules. And this MPF is a regulator of G2M transition, where it activates the activities like nuclear envelope breakdown and chromosome condensation. So what is this maturation factor is going to do in the cell? It will be the regulator of the G2M transition. Okay, so when the cell is going through the G2 to M phase, then it will be activating the activities like nuclear envelope breakdown and the chromosomal condensation. Okay, so the mitotic phase can be occurred properly, so division will be taking place properly after this maturation promoting factor. Finally, the anaphase promoting factor is also there, which is now acting in the anaphase, or it will promote the anaphase. From the metaphase to the anaphase, cell will enter from the metaphase to the anaphase, and this is done by the inhibition of the MPF, that is maturation promoting factor, and then it causes the destruction of cyclin molecules. So cyclins will be destructed here. This molecule is important during the transition of cell from metaphase to anaphase, and this enzyme functions in the cell cycle by different mechanisms than cyclin dependent kinases. And here is P53, that is very important gene, and this is also called as the gene that encodes for the protein which is regulating the cell proliferation and also acts as a tumor suppressor. So what is the meaning of this line? It is a gene. P53 is a gene and which is encoding for the protein. Means what? It is responsible for a synthesis of one protein, and that protein is regulating cell proliferation, it is regulating cell division, and also acts as a tumor suppressor. So tumor formation is prevented due to the action of this protein or the gene which is encoding that protein. Okay, so the P53 gene is therefore called as guardian of the genome, and it helps in the conserving stability of the genome by preventing genome mutation. So mutation of the gene is prevented, it is preventing that gene, it is conserving the stability of the genome, and therefore this is called as guardian of the genome. P53 gene is and is a guardian of the genome. So in eukaryotic organisms it is important as it suppresses cancer, and it also stimulates apoptosis if DNA damage is detected and that is irreparable. Okay, so see what is the meaning. It is stimulating apoptosis. The meaning of apoptosis is programmed cell death. The cell death is programmed, means it is decided. When it is decided? When the cell is not repairable, the cell uh, is not able to repair itself. Now what is the, why there is a necessity of repairing? Now as we are discussing about the cell cycle, here I told you many things are important for the synthesis of DNA that is taking place in the interphase. So previously, before S phase, there is G1 phase, right? So what is happening in the G1 phase? Which events are taking place? Synthesis of uh, enzyme synthesis of the proteins, then also cytoplasmic and nucleus ratio, this is also checked. So checking of all those things is taking place due to the cell regulation checkpoints. We will discuss them all in detail in the next video, but before that, if the things are not ready, if the enzymes are not ready, if the proteins are not ready, if the cytoplasmic nucleus ratio is not proper, then this is one of the problem. Okay, this is one of uh, the mistake which is taking place. Okay, then after that, if there is synthesis of DNA is not proper, if for example this is another case we are talking about, if the DNA synthesis is not occurred with, or the DNA damage is taking place, in that case the cell cannot proceed further. Okay, it will stop there only, in that phase only, and it will try to manage, if it will try to repair itself, it will try to uh, correct the mistakes which is happening. Okay, and if this is again out of the situation of, it is not control, it is the cell is not able to control all these things, then the cell death will occur, and that is called as programmed cell death or apoptosis. So as far as possible the cell try to repair itself, and if it is not taking place, if the cell is not able to repair itself, then finally the cell need to die. That is called apoptosis. So it is stimulating apoptosis if the DNA damage is detected and that is irreparable. Okay, so we will stop here, and in the next video we will see how the cell regulation is taking place by some checkpoints, and where the checkpoints are exactly located in the cell cycle. Okay, so if you like this video, please like, share, comment and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.